Welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today, I'm going to give you guys the second part to, now that Trump has been inaugurated, now what? Mostly, I'm going to be talking about the financial realm, what to expect from my perspective for this year. Now, first, before I get into this, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. If you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description and also the comment section. Now, the first thing that we saw that I want to kind of touch back on from the first video is these executive orders concerning the JFK, MLK, and RFK files. And here, within the next week, we're going to see the release of the JFK files. And I just want people to be ready and be prepared. But this is going to give America a clean slate. Once a lot of this information comes out, and then we got the Epstein stuff, and there's going to be so many things that come out that it's going to bring a cleansing to America. Now, this year is going to be a prosperous year for the entire world, for those who invested, and for God's people. Now, you guys have to remember that God loves his people so much that he causes it to rain on the just as well as the unjust. And everybody who has been stacking and holding and buying, some people are swing trading or whatever, everything that you've been waiting for is going to happen in this year. And I do want to make it clear, because people need to get this correct, that there's always been wealth transfers. This is not the only time that there's been a wealth transfer. And one thing that I want to share is, why didn't God tell his church, his people, about these wealth transfers? Right? It's just now, after, investing in Shiba Inu, you can make several $100 million. Right? We all missed that boat. Right? He was blessing the unjust. People need to stop getting things twisted, because there's always been wealth transfers. People are pretending like this is the ultimate wealth transfer and this is the last wealth transfer. And there's always going to be wealth transfers. Now, there's going to be a time of a golden age of finance, and I believe that's going to last around 3 years or so. And that's just from looking at everything in the stock market, in the prophetic, in the crypto markets. And what I mean by that, there's going to be so much wealth generated during that time period, and it's not going to last forever. So I believe that God is telling us this time, hey, get involved with the markets, get involved with crypto, because I want to bless my people. I want to bless my church. I want to take people out of debt. You have to remember, for the longest time, there was a lot of pastors and preachers and prophets telling you that Bitcoin was part of the mark of the beast system. So a lot of those people who were underneath those kind of pastors and prophets missed out and shut down the church as far as dealing with anything relating to finance and crypto. And with that, every year we get somebody new that comes in, and they're prophesying and giving dates and time frames. We got another one of those persons, right? Last year, who was it? It was Brandon Biggs, where all of his prophecies for 2024 failed. Then you have Joel Ogilvy for 2023. And then you got a few others for 2021 and 2022 who misled the entire wealth transfer community. They just straight up made up a whole bunch of stuff that's in their head. Now, Trump did sign some very important executive orders. The first one, the banning of central bank digital currencies. Right now, the rest of the world is heading towards that direction, and I don't believe that's going to go away. And that's one of the reasons why XRP has case use, is because it's going to be used to help facilitate cross-border payments. Now, remember, folks, we did tell you Iraq is going to be launching a central bank digital currency. People laughed at me until it all came out. Now, the next executive order that Trump signed was the digital strategic asset stockpile. And now there's this big fight between people who support Bitcoin and people who support XRP, that there should only be one strategic asset. And I'm just going to say this, it's probably going to contain at least 10 different cryptocurrencies, right? At least, right? Because that's why you have a stockpile. You're not just going to keep one. That would be ridiculous. So you're probably going to see XRP, ETH, Bitcoin, Solana, maybe even Shiba Inu. Remember, folks, Shiba Inu is the #1 coin on the Ethereum network. Right? So what this is going to do, this is going to take those cryptocurrencies, whatever cryptocurrencies are part of this stockpile, and basically they're going to be taken out of circulation. So to me, that's pretty huge. The other executive order that he signed was the tech AI, where he investing $500 billion. And so here pretty soon, folks, and they've already been saying it for a long time, robots are coming. You're going to have your own personal C3PO. But then we recently had this whole thing with the Chinese AI version of Chat GPT. And what people don't realize is that China just basically stole or piggybacked everything, their model based off of our models, right? And that was overhyped. And then the executive order putting together a commission for regulations. We know regulations are coming. The crypto czar did say that meme coins were collectibles, which collectibles are still taxable, but probably any coin created or in the United States we won't have to pay taxes on anyway. Let's talk about Shiba Inu. It's been a very long journey, and there's a lot of things that I didn't understand. And when you look at Shibarium and you look at everything that Satoshi was doing in the Shiba Inu development team, it's really a lot of what they have accomplished. It wasn't easy, and there's a lot of things I don't agree with that took place that happened, but the way that God showed us things, Shiba Inu eventually is going to reach $1, right? All those people who held on to Shiba Inu when it first launched, they had to wait a long time. We've had to wait even longer, right? But eventually it's going to reach that point, and Treat just launched, right? Remember, there are 5 cryptocurrencies that are related to Shibarium: Leash, Bone, Treat, Shiba Inu, right? And then we have the stable coin, which is coming, right? So it's not even fully ready yet. But that's the reason why God showed us that, hey, eventually it's going to reach $1. And then maybe a year or two from then, it's going to reach $13. If you can look at any other coins that have been out there that have gone through the same process as Shiba Inu, that people made millions and millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars off of some of these cryptocurrencies. And God is just trying to show you the same thing, to be patient and to wait. All right, so if you're invested in the Shiba Inu ecosystem, if you're invested in the coins that are going to be part of Shibarium, you're going to do very well this year. Yes, you've had to wait a little bit longer, but you know what? There are certain coins that I believe that are meant to help many people in the body of Christ to get out of debt. Put $100 in the Shiba Inu, wait till it reaches $1, your life is going to be changed. Yes, you're going to see other coins take off or whatever, but this is for the masses. That was the same with XRP. Look what happened. Right? Now it's at $3.15. So I want to mention really quickly, Firepoint Energy. Remember, Kim Clement prophesied about this company and a new energy source, and this is exactly what this company is doing. He prophesied the name of the company and so many other things, and I already did a video on that, so all you have to do is just go to my video section and type in Firepoint Energy or look for that video. But right now, it is under private investment for non-accredited investors, so you can invest plus a payment fee, which could be anywhere from $10 to $20. But folks, they're going to be launching their stock around the summertime, and currently right now, as you can see, it's almost sold out. A little bit over $1.2 million that has been raised. Once that's sold out, you won't be able to get it at that 36-cent discount. I believe on the day of launch, by the time that all the Kim Clement people know what's going on with this, they're going to be investing. Of course, I'll invest post stock launch too as well, not just here, but also at the launch. And so after this first round of 1.25 million, it'll go up to a total of 5 million. Right? So we need to keep letting people know that have been following Kim Clement, hey, this prophecy has come to pass, so we can get it to that 5 million mark and begin to move forward. Now, before we get into XRP, I want to talk about the Trump and the Melanie coin launch. And as I reflect now on this, it was not a good thing to do. It really did hurt the markets with their launch. It sucked a lot of the liquidity out of all the other coins. And a lot of people are down right now because they sold off other coins to get into the Trump coin. Could you imagine getting into the Trump coin at $50, $60, $70, or $80, and then it crashed all the way down to $25? This is why I don't like participating so much in new coin launches. Even though I posted that Trump was launching their coin, it was only $12 at that time, I decided not to get into it. And then the Melanie coin launched, and I decided to place an order. Thank goodness it didn't go through. Even though it said it went through, it didn't go through. And you have to remember Solana had a lot of issues processing transactions. But reflecting back, it really hurt the markets. And I wasn't really, when I think about it now, I'm not too happy about it, but that's in the past and there's nothing that we can do about it. All we have to do is just learn from it and move forward. Now, when it comes to the XRP and some of the catalysts that I see, well, the first one is going to be obvious, and that's the SEC case being dropped, right? Or there's some type of settlement. And a lot of people don't get it, that the crypto markets had handcuffs on them concerning this XRP case, because is XRP a security or isn't a security? And so they were going after individual projects. They didn't create regulations. They went after all these individual different projects, and you can see now why a lot of announcements were delayed. You guys have to understand that Biden's SEC were tyrants concerning the crypto community. And Kamala Harris was pretending she was pro-crypto, but at the same time, behind the scenes, they were trying to destroy it. And you can see that they had filed the appeal right before Trump took over. Could you imagine having 4 more years of those guys? It was a very long crypto winter. Now, the next catalyst is the XRP ETFs. Now, we did see with Bitcoin ETFs that Bitcoin did fall. It was a buy the rumor, sell the news event. That could happen in the same way. But over time, eventually, it's going to be a catalyst for XRP. Now, the other catalyst is the Strategic Digital Asset Reserve that Trump signed the executive order. And I did briefly touch on that in the beginning of the video. And basically, XRP is more than likely going to be a part of that. There's this issue with the Bitcoin community versus the XRP community. I imagine there's going to be at least 10 coins and that are going to be in this asset reserve. Keep in mind, this is going to take all those coins out of circulation, at least for how long, who knows. But it's going to take coins out of the markets, which is a good thing. And the other thing that I want to tell people to stop looking for is XRP to hit $10,000 overnight. I've seen videos on it. It's not just 10,000, it's 1,000, it's 500, overnight. And you guys are setting yourself up emotionally for these things because you guys don't understand how much money it's going to take for XRP to go from $3.20 per XRP to 10,000. Now I want to talk about where I think that Bitcoin is going to go in this cycle. In the previous videos that I've made, I recently shared one where we talked about there's going to be a bull run up until March, right? April's always a bad month for Bitcoin and crypto, right? So you're going to see a peak in March, and then you're going to see Bitcoin and the rest of the markets go to the downside and then eventually recover and then continue the bull run. Now, it has been confirmed through some of the people that I watch and I listen to, mixed in with just a dash of the prophetic, that we should see 125,000 for Bitcoin in the month of March. Now, I have shared those chart readers with you, and there's multiple ones that are more accurate than the prophets. So we are expecting a peak in March, a sell-off, and then a rebound, and then I believe that we could go up to 300,000, right? It could reach 250,000, it could reach 200,000, but I believe that Bitcoin could go all the way up to 300,000, and I guarantee a whole lot of people are going to be taking profit. It won't stay up there that long. Now, the other thing that I want to discuss is the stock market. I've been saying this for the longest time. The stock market currently is overvalued. Amazon was laying off people during Christmas time. Factories, brick and mortar businesses, restaurants were all shutting down in 2024, layoffs and all types of things. All right, so we still have a lot of those underlying issues dealing with the stock market, right? So it is on shaky ground, and it's going to be until that time. And that time is when we prepare for that moment. And I've been sharing this for the longest time. You cannot have a wealth transfer until there is a stock market crash. And what we are looking for is much different than what a lot of other people are saying. We are looking for when things seem at their worst. We are looking for the Dow to be below 20,000, along with the rest of the markets, so that we could buy on the bottom. That's why a lot of people out there listen to prophets, and that's how you got burned, right? Because when it came to 2021, right, when Robin Cunningham was out there saying it's going to go to 100,000, when Manuel Johnson said it was going to 100,000, guess what? One of my favorite chart readers, he said that Bitcoin is getting ready to drop. And I chose to ignore that because I wanted to believe that what these guys were saying, that all this information they were getting from God was true. That Bitcoin was going to reach 100,000 and it only went to 69,000. And a whole bunch of people got wrecked. They got wrecked on Shiba Inu, including myself. So that's one of the reasons why I had to change. And we're facing that again. When Jesus said that wolves come in sheep's clothing, you're not going to recognize who the false prophet is because they're wearing sheep's clothing. But the signs will be there because they'll get their prophecies wrong. Well, anyways, folks, thank you guys for listening. God bless.